Good day, I'm Twyla Whelan and this is your JIS News for Monday, June 30, 2025. The Ministry of Agriculture has allocated $100 million in emergency support to help farmers manage worsening drought conditions across the island. Portfolio Minister Floyd Green made the announcement in a recent press release, revealing that $10 million of the funds has already been used for urgent water trucking in Manchester, St. Elizabeth, St. Anne, Trelawney and Clarendon. As part of the broader response, 1,300 small irrigation kits will be distributed to affected farming communities over the next 3 weeks. Additionally, the National Irrigation Commission (NIC) is implementing measures such as adjusting irrigation schedules, redirecting water flows, and offering technical assistance to reduce soil moisture loss. According to the Standardized Precipitation Index (SPI), St. James is currently classified as severely dry, with worsening conditions also observed in St. Elizabeth, Manchester and Clarendon. Meanwhile, the forecast for June to August predicts below normal rainfall for southern and south central parishes. Minister Green says the ministry is ramping up drainage works and disaster preparedness efforts to improve the country's resilience to weather-related challenges. In the meantime, Jamaicans are being urged to conserve water, practice fire safety, and remain assured of the government's commitment to protecting national food security. The remaining buses for Jamaica's rural school bus system are expected to arrive on the island in short order. That update comes from the Minister of Transport, Darrell Vaz, who was on site at Kingston Wharves last week to oversee the arrival of the first shipment. The delivery included 25 of 110 buses being procured by the government to support the phased rollout of the rural school bus system, starting with the 2025-2026 academic year in September. Minister Vaz says an additional 36 buses are set to arrive in Jamaica this week.
110 school buses. Why 110? Because 10 of them are going to be held back as reserves. That anytime anything happens to any one bus, wherever it is, we will have buses located around Jamaica to be able to fill that void.
Minister of Education, Senator Dr. Dana Morris-Dixon, says the rural school bus system offers critical support to ensure positive learning outcomes for all students.
And in some of these schools, you hear about high truancy. That's children who are not at school. And one of the reasons they're not at school is because they cannot afford the transportation cost. Our administration believes that every single child matters, irrespective of where they come from.
Students will pay a flat fare of $50 per trip, and Finance Minister Favour Williams says the safe and affordable transportation of children to school is important to the country's development.
Education is the most important sector of the economy. That's what we're depending on to lift us further. And so we need our children to be in schools every day, every school day. And we know that having a proper rural school bus transportation system is going to enable our students to be in the classrooms.
Jamaica will be petitioning King Charles III to refer legal questions on slavery reparations to the Privy Council in what's described as a new phase in the country's push for redress. The announcement was made in Parliament recently by Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport, Olivia Grange. The petition asked the King to seek the Privy Council's advice on whether the forced transport and enslavement of Africans in Jamaica until 1838 were unlawful under common law and whether the UK is obligated to provide reparations for the ensuing consequences.
Jamaica intends such by placing these 3 questions before the Privy Council in accordance with Section 4 of the Judicial Committee Act of 1833, which gives the monarch discretionary powers to place before the Privy Council for advice any matter of constitutional importance that cannot be heard in local courts.
The matter is now with the Attorney General of Jamaica for filing on behalf of the Jamaican people. Community college students across Jamaica will, for the first time, benefit from dedicated scholarships provided by the Ministry of Education, Skills, Youth and Information. The initiative is aimed at easing financial burdens while encouraging greater enrollment in high-demand programs. The move comes on the heels of anecdotal data from institutions suggesting a decline in community college enrollment. Speaking during a recent JIS think tank, Executive Director of the Council of Community Colleges of Jamaica, Donna Powell-Wilson, said the scholarships were geared toward areas of national priority.
There are some particular programs, and these are the TVET, the STEM-related programs that we are pushing. So we have our IT-related programs. We have our criminal justice. We have our business administration, hospitality and tourism management.
And finally, persons seeking to improve, build or buy a house are being encouraged to take advantage of the suite of services at the upcoming National Housing Trust NHT Home It Expo in July. The expo will be held on July 5 at Emancipation Park in Kingston and July 11 at Harmony Beach Park in Montego Bay. Assistant General Manager for Advertising, Marketing and After Sales, Sabrina MacDonald-Radcliffe, shared the details at a JIS think tank. She indicated that booths and workshops will be tailored to all areas of home ownership, with support from partners in the financial, renewable energy and construction sectors, as well as key government agencies.
There'll be 3 workshop rounds, 11 to 12, 1 to 2, and 3 to 4. And in each workshop round, you'll have a home builder tent where our construction and development team will walk people through how to make the loan facilities that are existing work for them based on where they are in a practical way, Q&A. There'll also be happening concurrently a home buyers workshop, buying on the open market specifically. And in each of those time bands, running your home on renewable energy.
Persons will also be able to access architecture plans and eligibility status on properties.
Those who are not able to access an architect based on maybe their resources, NHE has free building plans and we have those on site. They'll be able to get their eligibility letters live on site as well at each of these expos.
And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Twyla Whelan. Thanks for watching.